what qualities or what type of women should men today who are trying to date, they're looking for commitment in marriage, what type of women should they avoid dating if they do want avoid dating, if they want commitment, and if they want long-term marriage? That's my question.
Selfish women. That's the first thing. Like, you know, if they don't want to apologize, if she's all about herself, she doesn't want to listen to anything that you have to say. Because I mean, when you come home, you know, you really can't talk to anybody and tell them your problems, you know, out in the street, or even your friends, your homeboys or whatever. You can't really tell anybody anything. So when you come home, you want to be able to you want to talk to your spouse. But if they don't want to listen, you know, or when you say something, you know, they kind of take what you say and then make it revolve around them. And it's like, dang, did you just hear what I just said? I just gave you a whole scenario about, you know, what's going on in my life and things that are really important to me. And I don't get any solutions. You just kind of start talking about yourself. So it's real subtle things that you got to listen for. And it's revolved around selfishness. So if she's not hearing you, that's an indicator that she's pretty selfish. And it just everything just kind of magnifies toward the end. You know, at first when you meet somebody, shut me off because I can go on and on and on.
Go.
When you first meet somebody, you know, they got that front up, you know. It only gets worse from there. I mean, it can get better in like a more intimate kind of way where it's like, okay, I understand them. But when you first meet somebody, it's like they're putting on their best, you know, their best show. And then after that, when you really get to know them, you know, you get into all of these different layers. And if she's selfish right up front, or he's selfish right up front, that's, you know, pretty toxic person that you probably need to just let go. So, but yeah, that's a number one for me.
So selfish. Okay, selfish. Any other qualities you want to list? Top three qualities.
Okay, so selfish. I mean, they really all revolve around being selfish. So I just had a discussion, I guess that was on TikTok, about like, you know, really like those drop dead gorgeous kind of women. Like, there's no way for me, like, I don't avoid them. Well, not now, I do because I'm married, but
You're married.
Before, yeah, I'm married, so I can't talk to them anymore. But before, I was like, okay, I was real skeptical because unless they like, you know, have a really good conversation, or if all they have to offer is their beauty, that's probably the most dangerous person that you can be with, as you know, even you know, I guess from the other perspective too. But I'll just speak for me from a you know, man's perspective. That's real dangerous when you're with somebody just for their looks, because to me, my experience, they're so insecure because that's all they really have. So that there's a lot of toxicity that comes with that, because, you know, when they're out of your sight, they're always looking for, because people are trying to holler at them all day. You know, guys, even girls, like, they just get attention all day, but that's all they have is you know, their front. And then, but after that, there's nothing else. So for me, it's like, okay, when I was dating before my wife, if her conversation didn't go too deep, or that was an indication for me, like, okay, I need to not, that's enough. But I would always entangle myself just a little bit because there's something else that I wanted from her. So, and that was my toxic trait, because I had my own agenda. Like, okay, wow, she's bad, you know, but after that, we're done, because I can't trust her out of my sight, because I already know, just from experience, how this plays out, you know. And when I was younger, it played out like that every single time. There's not a time where I had somebody who was like drop dead gorgeous and everybody was always trying to holler at them, where there wasn't always like some, you know, activity in the background, you know, always. So that's it. So selfish, and then I guess shallow. Selfish, shallow with beauty. And then the third one is just loyalty, which is probably number one for me. If you're loyal, man, that goes a long way. And you know, of course you want somebody you're attracted to and all of that, but loyalty, man, that's like, you can't beat that. There's if you have somebody that's loyal to you, I suggest that's the one you just stick it out with. No matter if you have any disagreements, you never have to worry about that person turning their back on you. You know, they always have you in every single situation. So, and that's really rare. And I would be exaggerating if I say that you'll find 3 people like that in your lifetime. So if you find one, I'd say get with them, stick with them, and that's it. So loyalty, selfishness, and shallow, or disloyal, selfish, and shallow.
Okay.
That's my top.
All right. That's a good top 3 right there. Hey, Will, I do want to ask you real quick. Why do you feel like men stay in relationships where the woman is very selfish?
Wait. Say that again.
No, because you said, you said that women who are very selfish, that's not beneficial for a relationship for a man, right? So why do you feel like men stay in those type of relationships?
Oh, well, like, so if a man stays in some, well, I'll just speak for myself.
Yeah.
So when I get in a relationship, when I decide, if I decide to get in a relationship, or if I decide to get married, I don't get in a relationship to break up. I didn't get married to break up. So it's like, I'm going to keep trying to make it work, So I think for a lot of guys that grew up like me, so I mean, I moved around a lot. I didn't have a lot of, loyal bonds. It's like, after a year you move, So then when I finally was at a place where, okay, I'm going to have a relationship, I wanted my relationship to last because I never had that before. So I don't know about other guys, but just for me, like, when I decided, okay, I'm going to be in this relationship, I wanted to last. I wanted to make it. So, but like from my first marriage, like I wanted something to last that shouldn't have lasted. Probably it shouldn't even started. You know what I mean? So, and she was somebody that I shouldn't have got with in the first place. Mm-hmm. So it was like, I stayed, and then I stayed, and even after I checked out mentally and started, doing my own thing, even while I was married, it was, I didn't know how to get out. So I think that's why a lot of guys, even if you're still in it, you start doing other stuff because you don't know how to get out. If that answers your question, I don't know.
Okay. All right. So yeah, so it's selfishness.
Yeah.
I think selfishness ties to attitude because a lot of good women today have an attitude sometimes. And
man, you go right there for the jugular.
Oh yeah. I'm going right in there. I'm just saying. I just noticed. But I'll say that after later. But I'm just saying. There's a lot of women today. They have an attitude, but they don't know. But they know they're not aware of why guys are not attracted to them because they're not aware of their attitude. But I'll go to you, Mia. Same question. So Mia, it's actually the same question, but the interesting about you is you're a female, so you have like, I'm sure you've seen girls, I'm sure you've seen females that for a fact that, okay, these females, the way they behave, are not attracted to men, to be either be in a long-term relationship. So I'm very interested to hear your perspective as a female about the same question. What are qualities or type of women do you believe that because you're married, so you're married, you know the type of woman that you need to be, to make your husband happy, for you guys to be in a healthy, committed relationship. So you know the type of woman you need to be. So so for same question for you, what are qualities, what type of woman do you see that men should avoid the date when it comes to same thing, relationships or marriage?
To avoid, right?
Avoid, yeah. If you had to give advice to your son.
Will took one of mine. Selfish is a big thing because I'm a very selfless person. You know what? Now I'm thinking about it. What I've always took for what my husband says to me is cooking. If a woman cannot cook, you better go the other way. Because I think that's one of the things my husband loves about, like, coming home to a home cooked meal. Mm-hmm. Working all day. They really appreciate that. They can't, and I feel like I know a lot of even my friends don't even know how to cook, man. And it's kind of like y'all need to know how to cook. I feel like I love cooking. I personally love cooking. So speaking from experience, I like to cook. My cousin knows, Layla knows that I like to cook. Everybody's always like, oh, I'm coming over. But yeah, I think that's one of the qualities that wait, we're talking about what to avoid.
Yeah, what type of women?
Oh yeah, if a woman cannot cook, then yeah, I think that's a big one. Nurturing, a very nurturing woman. You want that. So if they're not really like, I don't know, personally, to me, like, I think it's good that it's a natural for a woman to love kids. And it like, I've met people, like other women that are like, keep that kid over there, like trying to dodge it. Or that's like one of the biggest things. I think it's important because eventually you're gonna love this person for the rest of your life. You're gonna want to grow a family with that person. And if they're not like, not even nurturing or, you know, wanting to build that with you, then yeah, it would be kind of tough to like be in a relationship with someone like that.
Okay.
Patience. I think patience is another one if you're not patient with them. Yeah.
Okay. So so nurturing, patience, lack of patience, impatience, lack of the nurturing love, and can't cook. Can't cook.
Come on, y'all, man.
Yo. Hey, I don't know if I'm gonna go back to Will's point, because then, you know, Will said that there are a lot of women today, all they offer is beauty, right? All they offer is their superficial attributes, right? And they wonder why they can't attract the male. But no, they can attract the male, but attract commitment from a guy, right? And this is one thing I've always heard from a lot of from girls all the time. It's like, especially girls who are super extremely attractive physically. They're always like, oh, you know, why? You know, because there's a lot of girls out there, they think their looks or they think that sex is gonna keep a guy. And they ask the question, how come like guys don't want to be committed to me? And I will always tell them, like, a guy will commit to a woman, and you know, Will can jump on if you want to add on to this. I tell guys all the time, a guy will commit to a woman that adds value to his life. So, you know, what do you bring more than sex? What do you bring more than your looks? Do you bring some knowledge, some intelligence? Cooking, I'm telling you, cooking is a big plus. You know what I'm saying? If I wake up in the morning and you have food cooked for me,
you guys.
Oh yeah.
Fast food can always take you so far, man.
I am telling you, if I wake up in the morning and you have food cooked for me,
sweets.
All right. I'm just saying, if you add some kind of value to my life, I feel like, oh wow, like damn, like if I have her around, my life improves. You know, there's things that you can improve in my life. You know, I get a clean, my house is clean, I get cooked food, I get a home cooked meal. Those are little things that go far beyond the looks, because the looks will only take you so far. You know, and I'm like I said, I'm telling you, the women that I've always been attracted to the most was the women, like they weren't the most attractive women in the scale, but they just added value to my life. They just made my life more peaceful, much more easier. Because, well, you already know this, like men, like the shit that the things that we go through in the world with men, we go through a lot of shit in our life. And to come home into a woman that, like you said, that's nurturing, that's caring, that supports us, that listen to us, stop debating us, stop questioning us, and that selfishness. When you bring that peace into a guy and add value to the life, I'm telling you, that's one of the best ways you can do it. But if you just think that, if you have no, I think one of the biggest problems today is what I see with a lot of the single people today. They don't know, and they don't have skills beyond to help improve the relationship. So like, they may know how to put makeup on, but they don't know how to cook. They may not know how to start a conversation. They may not know how to, you know, those are the things, the skills that a lot of people lack, the skills or the social skills to add on to and build a relationship. But that's what I've seen. So yeah, cooking, especially Islanders, you already know, all Islanders here, man. You can cook. You can cook. Definitely gonna help. All right. Anybody want to add on to that before we go to Kalaila? Nope. All right. Cool.
Well, so I did just before. Yeah. So one thing was like you said something about like what you need to be. So to talking about, you were saying like for women, well, you were directing the question at Mia.
Yeah.
So the only thing that kind of stood out for me was like if somebody feels like they need to be something, you know what I mean? I want you to want to feel like that. I want you to want to feel like you want to be nurturing, and you want to feel like you want to cook. Don't feel like you need to do it, because if you feel like you need to do it,
it's not gonna last long.
Yeah, it ain't gonna last long. That never lasts, because after a while the resentment builds up, because it's like, oh yeah, that. No, you need to want, not you should want to do that. And if you don't want to do it, don't do it. Because I can cook for myself. A lot of things I can do for myself. One thing I can't do for myself, well, I can, but I would rather you be there to do that. So, but it's like, if you're gonna, if you feel like, if everything else, cooking, being a caretaker, whatever it is, you feel like you, in that column of need, I don't want no need. I want you to want. The whole column of need, I want you to want to be that. And if you want to be that for me, I want to be that for you. And then that's when the beauty happens.
I totally agree with that, Will.
Yeah, need, no, that the need don't work.
Yeah,
don't work.
And also, I just want to say something real quick before we go to Lila. I know probably like a lot of the independent and feminist women watching this right now. Oh my God, that's sexist. Telling us that we need to cook. Hey, look, we're just telling you the information. We're just giving you the information. If you're struggling to attract a man right now, if no man is putting a ring on your finger and you don't know how to cook, maybe it's a good idea to learn how to cook. I'm just saying.
Talking to me right now, like, damn, I don't know how to cook, so everybody's gonna turn around.
Yes, you know how to cook. She's lying.
I mean,
I don't be cooking like that.
I'm always the one thing I always preach to people is like, just be the best version of yourself, like improve. The same way we improve our health, our mentality, you can also improve in your relationship. So, if you don't know how to cook, maybe it's a good idea to go out there and cook and learn some skills. We both do this, both men and women. We both do things, we learn things, so that way we can, and we do it like Will said. We don't do it for the partner. We do it for ourselves because we want a relationship.
Yeah,
we do it for you. Don't do it for the person. You do it because you want to do it. So, but yeah, cooking is that's a plus for all the men out there. But yeah, Lila. Same question.
For me, well, first off, I don't really know how to cook, so I guess that's gonna turn people away automatically. I just feel like cooking isn't something, like, I wouldn't turn away from somebody just because they can't cook. I feel like that's something you can learn how to in the process, learn from each other. But anyways, mine would probably be I try to stay away from those that are like, they're cool with just living the bare minimum. Like, they have so much potential, but because they can just get by with just living the way they are, like, oh, I'm cool. I'm like, it's another. I just feel like, dang, like, I feel like it's potential going to waste. So I'm like, liars. Honestly, I feel like a lot of your questions tonight, my first answer, if it's something to stay away from, is going to be a liar. I'm not a big fan of that at all.
He's not lying.
I don't know. Maybe it's my Gemini in me. I'm a big overthinker on things. But if you lie to me, whether it's something hella big or like eating the last Snicker and denying it or something, it's like my outlook on you changes. Like, I have to, like, I second guess everything you saying. Like, man, and drama queens.
Yeah.
Okay. That's probably like, for me, it's like, oh, all right, they cool, but they ain't that cool.
All right.
So, that's my big thing. Stay away from.
All right. So pretty much what you said was like, people that don't want to grow, like don't want to improve themselves. They just want to stay where they at.
Like, they're okay with where they're at right now. Like, it's
growing. They're okay with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And then liars, and then drama queens.
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that's a good list right there. Anyone want to add to respond to add on what Lila said?
Yeah. So with the liar thing, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
A lot of times, people can't handle the truth. So when you say, they'll ask you a question, right? And so I'm a man, I'm asking a woman a question, and this is like, babe, do I look, did I gain weight? You did, but I like that. I like how you look. Well, you don't like how you look. I just told you I did. So, but then they a lot of time they might go on a tangent, and it's like, now I have to figure out. I just told you the truth. What do you need to hear? So, and that's when it comes down to like
your communication.
I can't just tell you straight up. So now I need to cater to your feelings. Yeah. And when it's I want to tell you the truth, but at the same time it's like you need catering. I need to cater to these things that I really don't have and then sometimes I don't have the patience for it. So it's just like, okay, after a while it's like, damn, what do you want to hear? So now I'm lying to you, and I don't want to lie to you. But it's like the truth is here, but you just have to be able to accept it, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah. I want to tell it to you, but you might not be able to take it. And then I don't want to sit here and argue for 2-3 hours about something that I told you 2 weeks ago I was cool with, but you're not able to accept the truth.
That would probably be like how y'all communicate, I guess, the way y'all try to understand each other, which that's like a big thing in relationships. I mean, like, communication is key. Everybody heard that growing up. Yeah. That's like really big because like how you're saying, like you tell them straight up, but they feeling some type of way. So it's like, you don't even know what to say because you don't want to get it. You guys don't want to argue. You don't want to make it a big thing, but you feel like you got to lie about it. But I know it's also in the way you word things. I mean, yeah, communicating. But that's a hard one. See me, maybe that's why I'm single too. I mean, I'm straight up about it, but for those that like I really care for and want to, actually be in a relationship with, which I just learned about this, was the way that I talk. It's like how I say things, the words that I use, like it just depends on how I say it. So if my girl was like that and she was like upset, like, oh, do I look good? And I would actually sit there and have to like think, like, damn, how do I say this? But I'm not gonna lie about it though. But then I'm gonna be like, yo, look, do you want my honest answer? Don't get mad. Like you might feel some type of way, but this is my real answer. Like, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
But I do get what you're saying though. Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah. I've actually experienced that with my husband because my husband's very honest. Like he will tell me straight up and so having kids takes a big toll on your body, and I've gained a lot of weight over the years. So right now I've been like, I started my weight loss journey, and I remember one day I told my husband, "Do you think I'm getting big?" And he's like, "Yeah, but I love you anyways. Like no matter what, I still love you no matter what." Like, but to me, I was like, I wanted you to say no. Why'd you have to tell me the truth? But you know what? And now I appreciate that my husband's honest. It doesn't like I know that's how he is. So that's funny that you brought that whole like example. And I was like, I actually went through that.
Everybody goes through that.
Yeah.
No, that's I think that's a. Let me ask you, Will. Like, do you are there ways when you first started dating? Do you was there a way you communicated that blunt, honest truth to women so that way they can get a sense of this is how you are, or do you wait till like later on before you reveal that part of you, or you revealed that in the beginning?
Well, my journey was a little different. So, like, so I got married real early. I was, 20 years old. And then when I got divorced, then I went through I was just a straight hoe for I guess maybe couple years or so. And then, so that would have been something that I should have did, at 30, that I should have did maybe 18, 19. So just think of an 18, 19-year-old, but you're 30 doing that. So I what I did, I would tell them straight up, if I really didn't care, you know. But then if I started, if I was like, okay, she is loyal, you know, she is a communicator. She has all the qualities that I think that are long lasting. So now, if you ask me something, I have a little bit more care in how I say it to you. I'm real blunt. I'm real blunt if I don't care, you know. So I don't want to lie to you if I care, but it's like, okay, let me say this in a way where I'm nurturing her feelings, but at the same time, I'm being honest with her, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I don't know any other way to explain that. If I care for you while I was dating, then there's just a way that I tell you, and I'll take longer time. There's no patience in the you know, if somebody's with you and he's just like, well, no, you know, if somebody can just be honest with you and you can accept it, boom, I can tell you, yeah, that ain't working for you. That dress don't look right on you, you know. But if I know you have all of these qualities and I want to be with you for the long term, then I'll say, okay, she's not gonna be able to accept what I'm saying right now, what I really think. So I'll tell her what I really think, but it might take me 2 days to say this because I have to tell her in stages because she can't take it, you know. But I it's not like you're lying to them, but it's like I have to prepare this message for you. And I'm only preparing it because I love you or I care about you and I want to see this through. But if I don't care, yeah, boom, yeah, what? You don't like it? Okay, all right. If I see you tomorrow, I don't. That's cool. You know, it doesn't matter.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think I think that you guys all said it the best. You just got to be honest. I think honesty is the best thing. And even the women, even though you guys might feel some type of way, but I do believe at the end of the day, after the feelings go down, your emotions come down, you do appreciate a man being honest with you, even if it did hurt.
Yeah, I have learned to appreciate it a lot because I'd rather have my husband tell me straight up than, you know, not really tell me. And then I find out later, wait, you didn't tell me that, you know, like I'm grateful for it. So yeah, I used to be very sensitive, guys. I still can't, I still am.
You're not
but
alone.
Yeah,
alone.
I appreciate it a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. It's just I like the way he said it, but I love you. That's a good way to do it. Just say it. Just add that line right at the end. Add that line at there, right at the immediately, ASAP.
That don't always work.
That don't always work.
Better chance, probability. All right, cool.
My mother keeps calling me.
It's
I'm
all
trying
good.
to leave me alone. Go on Facebook Live.